What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, man. Welcome back to the channel. I had to jump on here real fast, man, because Jaylen Brown is living in the clouds. Jaylen Brown is living in the clouds, man. Y'all know what's been going on with Team USA basketball, and he was not chosen, and Derek White was. And Grant Hill came out and made some comments yesterday, and it's like Jaylen Brown can't let it go. But Jaylen Brown, guys, y'all know, man, he got the $300 million contract. And before he got the $300 million contract, he wasn't a public activist and all that kind of stuff. Now, he could have been doing a lot of the stuff he did after he got the money. He could have been doing it and we just didn't know about it. But after he got the money, right, the $300 million contract, and by the way, he earned that contract. The boy's a flat out baller, right? We know he's a both ends of the floor guy. I mean, he showed why he's the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. Showed why he was the MVP of the finals, right? The guy can flat out ball. This is not a conversation about basketball. This is a conversation about life in general, about business in general. Jaylen Brown is mad that USA Olympics did not choose him. But Jaylen Brown got to understand, when Stephen A. Smith said his sources told him that Jaylen Brown is not marketable, Jaylen Brown don't want to accept that that's true. Now, guys, when you get money as a minority, the first thing that happens is you get told all these things you got to do to keep it real, and all these things that you better not forget where you come from, and you better stand up and use your platform to do X, Y, and Z. And it's the worst advice that's given to minorities. I'm not saying not to find the things you care about and that kind of thing, but you know, when you go against the powers that be, just know there's going to be consequences. Jaylen Brown don't want to have the consequences. You got your $300 million, but now you can't leverage that $300 million because of the choices you made. Now, you made some admirable choices. I think it's messed up what they did to Kyrie Irving, and you were one of the first people to come out against Nike, right? So when you come out against Nike in defense of Kyrie Irving, you got to accept the fact that if Nike is the sponsor of the USA men's Olympic team, when something opens up, you're not going to be there. And Grant Hill is probably getting a big old check from Nike for Nike to get the people on that team that they want. If you're not a Nike athlete, why would Nike want you on the team? Now, we want to live in a world that's fair, but the world is not fair. So Derek White is a Nike athlete. He's on the team. Okay? Kevin Durant, Nike athlete. LeBron James, Nike athlete. Jaylen Brown took a stand against Nike. But more importantly, we forget that Jaylen Brown went and supported the Big Three when you know the NBA is not a part of the Big Three. The NBA does not like the Big Three. So if you're Jaylen Brown right now, why are you surprised? And you're getting on Twitter and all this kind of stuff. But when you make the choices that you made, there's going to be consequences. These are not bad people because they don't want to choose you because you're not good for business. The NBA Team USA, the Team USA with the NBA players going to win regardless. Why do you think they just dropped Kawhi like that? Because Kawhi's a New Balance guy. Kawhi used to be a Nike guy. Kawhi and Nike were in a lawsuit. Nike don't want nothing to do with Kawhi now, right? So when you guys, whoever has the gold makes the rules. Now, you may not like it, but once you start taking these stances so that you can be accepted amongst your identity group, you got to be willing to recognize that you ain't gonna get what you normally would have got had you not taken a stand. Jaylen Brown needs to just go away quietly and recognize that either I get back in line, I hate to say it like this, guys, either you get back in line so you can be a part of these things if you want to be a part of these things, but once you take the stand, you know you're not going to get these things. Even Kyrie knows that. You don't see Kyrie talking about the USA Olympic team like this. He knew when he took the stands he took that the marketing things that were going to happen for him traditionally ain't going to happen again. He got a shoe deal with an alternative brand. They letting him run it, all that kind of stuff. You got to understand, when you take these stances, you giving up the marketing ability that is controlled by the masses, that's controlled by the powers that be. Jaylen Brown needs to start recognizing that you can't have both. Nobody can have both. In the business world, you either winning or you're losing. Jaylen Brown need to stay off of Twitter. Jaylen Brown need to get in the gym. And the only way he can override this is to play at such a high level. There's a reason why when LeBron takes social justice stances, it's in line with what his sponsors are taking a stance on. He's not going against the grain. LeBron hadn't went against the grain of any one of his sponsors yet, which is why he's making the money off the court like he's making on the court. Jaylen Brown needs to learn from LeBron, because right now, criticizing Grant Hill, we know Grant Hill know the truth. But Jaylen Brown, man, look, that's what happens when you take that stand. Now, be proud of yourself that you kept it real. But Dave Chappelle talked about when keeping it real goes wrong. Now, you can't be mad that you're not getting those outside opportunities, man. That's just how it works. Get back in the gym, be the best basketball player that you can be. And then, guys, make sure that the things you taking a stance on, those people can give you those external marketing opportunities that you wanted. Because once you decide that you're going to work against the powers that be, they going to cut you off. That's just real life. It ain't fair, but it is what it is, man. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thinking about Jaylen Brown, man. It's admirable what he stood for, but at the end of the day, he's not going to get these extra opportunities to market himself. And once again, guys, I hate to say it, but Stephen A. Smith was right, and it's being proven every day. So Jaylen Brown told him to stay the sources. But guess what? Stephen A. ain't got to stay the sources. We watching it with our own eyes, and it is true. Jaylen, get in the gym, man. Be the basketball player. Be the social justice warrior. And just recognize that, look, I may not make as much, but at least I stood on what I believed in, and I'm going to accept the fact that these guys are not going to bring me in the fold when it comes to marketing dollars. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. Is Jeff crazy, or is Jeff on to something, man? If you hadn't already, mash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for notifications. And until next time, I'm going to holler.